Dear friends in the Dhamma, my name is Venerable Kovida. I am currently studying in the Faculty of Education as an M.Ed student. Alongside my academic training, I continue to practice and share the Dhamma with the intention of supporting others on the path of understanding and inner peace. Today, I would like to reflect on a simple but profound truth the Buddha realized on the night of his awakening, that craving is the root of suffering. This understanding is not meant to blame us or make us feel guilty for our desires. Instead, it invites us to look deeply into the forces that shape our choices, our emotions, and our experience of the world. In the second noble truth, the Buddha described craving, tanhā, as the force that keeps the wheel of suffering turning. Craving is not just wanting something, it is the tightness behind the wanting. It is the insistence that something be different from the way it currently is. This force can take many forms: wanting pleasant experiences, wanting to get rid of painful ones, or wanting life, people, and ourselves to be under our control. When we look closely, we can see that craving is not just an abstract idea. It appears in very ordinary moments. For example, when a pleasant feeling arises, perhaps the taste of food or the praise of another person, we instinctively want the pleasure to last. We cling to it, even if only for a moment. And when something unpleasant happens, someone criticizes us, plans change, or the body feels discomfort, we want the unpleasantness to go away. We push it out, resist it, or distract ourselves. This cycle of pulling toward and pushing away happens countless times each day, mostly out of habit and without awareness. The Buddha taught that this automatic reactivity is what creates mental stress. It's not the feeling itself that causes suffering, but the craving that follows the feeling. One way to understand this is through the simple sequence the Buddha described. Contact leads to feeling, and feeling leads to craving. When something contacts our senses, we feel it as pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. The feeling itself is natural. This is just how the nervous system works. But when we don't see clearly, craving jumps in immediately. Pleasant, I want more. Unpleasant, I want this gone. Neutral, I want something more interesting. We rarely pause to just notice the feeling. Instead, we automatically chase, resist, or ignore. This is how craving binds us. So how do we work with it? The Buddha's invitation is not to suppress craving, but to understand it. Understanding craving means seeing clearly how it arises, how it feels in the body, and how it shapes our thoughts and actions. When mindfulness is present, we create a small but powerful space in the mind, enough space to observe craving without being driven by it. For example, if a pleasant sensation arises during meditation, the warmth of the sun, or a moment of calm, we might suddenly feel a subtle tightening, a desire to hold on. If we simply recognize, craving is here, the craving already weakens. We don't have to push it away, we only need to be aware. Similarly, with unpleasant experiences, pain in the body, irritation in the mind, if we look closely, we can notice that the discomfort itself is often not the problem. The deeper suffering comes from the mental resistance, the I don't want this, or this shouldn't be happening. When we see this clearly, something softens, the unpleasantness remains, but the extra layer of suffering begins to fall away. Over time, we learn a profound truth. Feelings arise and pass away, but craving is optional. When we stop feeding craving, the whole chain of suffering weakens. The Buddha compared this to removing the fuel from a fire. Without fuel, the fire naturally goes out. And what takes the place of craving? Not emptiness in a negative sense, but a spacious freedom. A mind that is not pulled or pushed, not driven by wanting or resisting, is naturally peaceful. This peace is not dependent on having everything perfect around us. It comes from understanding our inner world. So the practice is simple. When pleasant feelings arise, know them. When unpleasant feelings arise, know them. When craving appears, recognize it with kindness, not pushing it away, not judging it, simply seeing it clearly. In this seeing, wisdom grows, and with wisdom the roots of suffering begin to loosen. May this understanding help us walk the path with clarity, compassion, and freedom. Thank you.